Thanks for tuning in, I'm Budget Nerd. I thought we'd turn our sights back to smart home tech for a bit. In this video, we'll be focusing on smart outlets. Stay tuned. Starting or expanding your smart home doesn't have to be hard or expensive. If some piece of tech simplifies your life, then go for it. As far as adding smart functionality to your outlets, you have a few options. You could use these inline smart switches, which are super cheap and pretty functional if you're mechanically inclined. Second, you have these sorts of smart plugs. They're the easiest to work with, and I've reviewed some of these before. Check out the description for links if you want to check those out. They're usually around $10. Just plug them in, install their app, set them up, and you're up and running. People might want a cleaner look though, and that's where something like this comes in. This is a smart in-wall outlet that will actually replace the existing outlet. These ones are usually double the price of your plug-in option we just talked about. This particular one is from the company Teckin. Yes, they sent it over to check out. It's their SR40 model. Should you avoid this one, or is it a good option to consider? As always, you'll get the truth from me. Checking out the box, there isn't much here on the front, but on the back there are a few specs. It'll support 15 amps at 120 volts, AC at 60 Hz, how very American of them. It will only support 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, BGN, which is pretty common of smart tech right now, and its single USB port will output 5 volts at 2.1 amps, so not bad. You also get a 12-month warranty should there be an issue, and like a lot of budget tech, it's very much made in China. The app to install is called Smart Life. In the box, you get the outlet, which is a relief. It looks nice, feels solid, and should do the trick. You get wire nuts, the cover plate, screws, and the manual, which is pretty good. It does explain how to install it. Here's a closer look at more specs. For those of you who think messing with wires would be daunting, fear not. I'm no electrician, but I am a dangerous recluse, so here are the basics of the installation. Find your breaker panel and shut off power to your circuit you're going to be working with. Verify there is no power, and then remove the old outlet. Wire this one up, ground to ground, hot or live to its wire, and neutral to neutral. If there are more than one of each color, just bundle them up. Usually you can bundle like colors together, but don't count on it. Make sure you get the wires right, check the manual, have a knowledgeable friend help, or have an electrician do it, or use the smart plugs instead, if you're unsure. The cover plate doesn't have any screws, it just snaps on, which is nice, but it does have the Teckin logo on it, which some might not like. Once installed, open the Smart Life app and get it set up. Having an in-wall outlet like this is a plus in my book because it matches the rest of the outlets and looks like it belongs. You get 2 smart outlets instead of just the one if you use an external plug, and you also get a USB port to charge, removing the need for those ugly USB bricks. In the app, you get the options to turn on or off the whole device, individual outlets, or the USB port. You can set a schedule, which is great if you want to control something plugged into it, or set a timer for a countdown. The options are basic, but you can do quite a lot with this sort of thing if you're creative. You also get buttons on the front if you want to turn it on or off that way, or you could use Google Home or Alexa to control it with your voice. During testing and use, we never had any issues with it. Sometimes plugging things in were a bit difficult. You can see there are covers to protect things from being inserted, which is good, but these covers might be making plugging in normal things a bit difficult, but perhaps it'll get easier as you break it in. Well, this thing works just fine. It has a USB port when others, like the Kasa Smart Outlet, doesn't, for more monies. However, the Kasa plug has a cleaner, more traditional look. Depends on your needs and preferences, really. A device like this is pretty straightforward, so not much more to cover. I didn't have any issues with it, so it seems like a good option. If you want to grab one or any of the other options we talked about, check out the links below. Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. There are a few more reviews and then a few fun project videos coming soon.